everybody, it is Josh Thomas here from TheBitBlock, and today I'm going to do a video that I've actually wanted to do for quite some time, but I was waiting for the right time, and I think now is the right time to do it. So this video is going to be all about my top 5 Wii U games of all time. Now, the reason I feel like now is the right time to do this is because, well, after E3 this year, I think it's been pretty clear there's really nothing else coming out for the Wii U. Aside from The Legend of Zelda, The Breath of the Wild, and Paper Mario Color Splash, we've pretty much gotten everything, and it's all going to be NX from here on out when we finally hear about it. So yeah, I mean, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild will be one of the best games on Wii U, but I think it'll also be one of the best games on the NX, and I'll probably play it for that system instead. Color Splash, Paper Mario Color Splash, looks like it could be cool. It's also looking like it's going to be equally massively disappointing because there's no partners, the gameplay isn't really like it was back in the day, the way people really loved it. So I think it's at best going to be a cool game, but probably not one of the top 5. So I think we can officially do this. I'm going to give you guys my top 5 greatest Wii U games of all time. And of course, leave a comment below and let me know what your top 5 Wii U games are. We'll get a little discussion going down there. And I guess in a way, this video could also be used if you are looking to buy a Wii U for some reason and you want to know what the best games on it are. Maybe this will be helpful. All right, enough chat. Let's get into it. So at number 5, I chose Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This game is so darn adorable. It is oozing with charm, and it's really fun to play. It's also beautiful to look at and pleasant to listen to because it's got an amazing soundtrack. So Captain Toad is kind of a spin-off game from Super Mario 3D World. I was just kind of okay with Super Mario 3D World. I didn't think it was that great. I thought it was a little bland. It got a little boring, but I was very captivated by the little bonus star missions with Captain Toad. And at the time, I remember thinking, oh my god, this needs to be its own game. Sure enough, that happened, and it's amazing. It's so much fun to run around these little diorama worlds and figure out how to collect the star. And there's a lot of puzzle solving, there's platforming, there are fun new enemy characters. Captain Toad himself is so darn cute. I love his personality, this idea that he's kind of afraid of everything and the odds are built up against him. I mean, this little guy can't even jump because he's so weak because of his backpack. Like, his backpack is so heavy, he's too weak to jump. Like, the odds are stacked against him. And yet, he still goes out and he does all this fun, adventurous stuff. And it's got such a personality. And it's so fun to play. There's a lot of content here. You also get to meet Captain Toadette, which is really fun. I can't say enough good things about this game. It charmed the pants off of me. And now I am pantsless, but I'm okay because I have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. At number 4, I chose Super Mario Maker, which is a little surprising because, to be totally honest with you, I'm kind of over 2D platforming games. We've gotten so many of them from Nintendo that they all just started to kind of run together for me, and even though they've been high quality, I'm just bored with them. But with Super Mario Maker, the ability to make my own levels is so addictive. It's so much fun, and the tools they give you to work with are not holding you back. You really do feel like you can make a Super Mario level as good as what Nintendo could do, and maybe even better in a lot of cases. And it's amazing how, I mean, this is a 2D Mario game that has an unlimited amount of levels. Not only could you or your friends or your family make them, but you can also download them by going online, and there's just like a really easy to understand way of finding levels. You know, you can rate them, you can leave comments on them, and it's just such a great community to see just this wonderful giant world of people making Mario Brothers levels. I love that you can choose between a lot of different art styles, you know, classic Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, New Super Mario Brothers. I think it's all great. I love it. I spent so much time on this game. I have played so many levels in this game, and it actually turned a doubter into a believer. Like I said, I didn't want any more 2D Mario stuff, and yet I played this and I absolutely loved it. I think Super Mario Maker is the defining Mario game of the Wii U generation. It's that good, and it's the type of game that I think could live on for many, 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 many more years to come. If you have a Wii U, I think you really need to own Super Mario Maker. Now, naturally, I have to include Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. This game is so jam-packed with content. It is so polished. It's so much fun to play. I love most of the characters. I love the fact that we have a Smash Brothers game where you can play as Wii Fit Trainer or Villager or freaking Duck Hunt Dog, and they're so well implemented and wacky. They are the essence of Smash Brothers. I love that you can customize your character's abilities and moves. I think that was a neat new addition to the game. It looks beautiful. It has so much music. The music in this game with the remixes and everything is just wonderful and great. And then there's a lot of other bonus content as well, like, home run contest and break the targets. Although it's not called break the targets, they changed the name of it. It's Target Smash, I believe. That's just, fun extra modes to mess around in. I really like Smash Tour. I know that I might be in the minority there, but I think if you play Smash Tour with a bunch of friends, it's actually a really cool, fun mode, and it gives you even more to do when you don't want to just basically play a traditional game of Smash Brothers. This is the best Super Smash Brothers game that has ever been created, and, come on. You already know that this is one of the best Wii U games, but in case you needed me to repeat it, there you go. Splatoon is my number 2 pick because this game is so many things that are wonderful, and this is such a perfect example of the type of thing Nintendo needs to do more often. Splatoon is a totally new IP, and it's taking a genre that has been done to death, but giving it a Nintendo flavor, a Nintendo take, and it just becomes that much better for it. We've all played shooter games before, but we've never played a Nintendo shooter where we're actually squid children, squid teenagers, when swimming around in ink and shooting each other with ink. It's just the definition of what makes Nintendo great. It is so addictive to play, and I love the colors, I love the art style, I love the music, I love the personality and the atmosphere of this game. I've played this for so many hours. I like how it's something that anybody can pick up and play, yet at the same time, the more you play it, the better you really can get at it. It took a little bit of time for them to actually release all the content that should have been in the game to begin with, but at this particular moment in time, I think this game has a lot of content. It's super fun to play, and I just love that we have brand new Nintendo characters that are so well designed. I love all the different gear that you can wear with your Inkling, so it definitely has that Animal Crossing vibe to it. And there's so many different weapons that they introduced, and I loved the Splatfest where you can fight on a side, like, do you like dogs or cats better? I thought all that stuff made it such a fun game to play. Splatoon is undoubtedly one of the greatest Wii U games. In fact, I would even go further than that and say Splatoon is one of the best Nintendo games to be developed in like the last 20 years. It is amazing. I love it. And of course, number 1 on my list is Pikmin 3. Now, I can go on for hours about how much I love this game. Oh my god, it's everything that you would ever want in a sequel to a video game. You know how sometimes, and by sometimes I mean actually a lot of times lately, Nintendo's been making sequels to beloved franchises, but they totally rip its guts out and change the genre and make it totally different in ways that are terrible. Well, Pikmin 3 didn't do that. Pikmin 3 didn't turn into a racing game all of a sudden. It took what was done in the past games and it expanded on it. It took what worked and it brought it back and made it better. And in addition to that, they added a lot of new content. I had such a blast collecting fruit and playing through this game, and I love that there's so much additional content outside of the story mode. For example, Bingo Battle. The Bingo Battle mode in Pikmin 3, this is going to be a bold statement, so hold on to your hats here, kiddos. The Bingo Battle mode in Pikmin 3 is probably in the top 3 greatest multiplayer Nintendo experiences ever. And again, it's one of those things where anybody can play it, but the more you play it, the smarter you're going to be. You're going to develop your own strategies, and it is just, to this day, I am not bored of it. And it's been years, and I think that is the test for a really, really solid multiplayer mode. There's also the challenge mode, which myself and Nick and other friends really got into. We really wanted to beat our top scores. We really wanted to challenge ourselves to see how well we could do. I loved all the DLC they released for Pikmin 3. It wasn't like really expensive like Smash Brothers, for example. It was priced accordingly, and it delivered new, fresh content shortly after the game had released. So it's just perfectly timed. And I loved the new characters of Alf, Brittany, and Charlie. They were very charming. They fit in with the world. I love the new Pikmin. Oh my god! Flying Pikmin that are pink and have little bulbousy blue eyes. They look like little fairies flying around. I love the rock Pikmin. Why don't we have plushies of rock Pikmin and pink Pikmin? The music is great too. I love the music in this game. The visual, this is gorgeous. This is one of the best looking Wii U games. If you own, I'm gonna get serious here for a second, so you better listen good. Listen in and listen good. If you own a Wii U and you do not own Pikmin 3, remedy that, because it's a serious medical problem that you have. This game is so good. You have to own it if you own a Wii U. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm starting to want to play it right now. That's how good it is. Just talking about it has made me want to play it. And for all those reasons and more, it is my all-time favorite Wii U game. I just want to be a flying Pikmin and fly away into the sunset.